All right, so before anybody gets on here, really, I just want to say this video is not going anywhere. I'm going to leave it up on my channel. So this is just a thank you to my subscribers. Don't feel like this is clickbait. If this is not your thing and you don't want to be involved in the question and answers, no worries. Check back tomorrow and it'll be normal videos as usual. But today is all about questions and answers for my subscribers and for anybody who really wants to know about tiny houses and what I do, and who might have recently subscribed to this channel and kind of wondering what's this all about. So that's what I'm here for today. We're just here to answer questions that you might have. So I'm just rocking this today. It's been a busy day. I've been uploading a video every day for the last 20 days and just overwhelmed today. It's a busy day. So I thought this is a perfect day to unwind, do a YouTube live and see what questions you guys might have. Or if not, then I won't hang out here very long. But if so, I'm here. So any questions anybody has? Who's on the channel right now anyways? Who's on the... Can I even see that information? Not really, can I? I don't really know how to work this a whole lot. So bear with me here. Can somebody just type hello or something like that? Why don't we start with where everybody's from? No? Okay, cool. Hey, Scott. Thanks for joining us today. How long have you been following the channel? What are you interested in? Any questions I can answer about tiny houses or storage or DIY projects, or maybe videos you'd like me to make on tiny houses and so forth? It's cold out there, man. It's like chilly. I'm wondering, it's a lot of cold conversation. Not a whole lot going on. I don't know, maybe it's frozen or something. Or maybe I'm just that boring that, like, you know, nobody's on the channel. I feel so lonely. Where's everybody? I know it's like last minute thing, 2:15 in the afternoon here in Chicago, but I'm here to answer any questions and just say thank you to my subscribers and the people that have supported this channel, and we look forward to serving you as the year goes on. We're only 2,500. We're only 2,500 away from 10,000 subscribers, so it's pretty cool. I never thought that when I started this channel that that's what we'd be. I didn't think we'd have 7,500, but it's so cool. And obviously, once 10,000 hits, then we'll be running full speed ahead to 100,000 subscribers. But right now, I just want to say thank you to all of you that subscribe to this channel, that support the videos that we do every single day here at Titan Tiny Homes, and more specifically myself, Bob Clarizio, the tiny house builder. So any questions about tiny houses or anything that I could answer, I'd be happy to answer those questions. This YouTube Live is all about you guys and just answering your questions and being a resource for you guys to figure out more about tiny houses. Even if you think that tiny houses are the stupidest thing in the world, but believe me, there's a lot of you out there. I used to be one of them. So I know the empathy as far as the questions. So if you have any questions or curiosities or just want to throw some stuff out there, feel free to throw them in the chat. And maybe you guys are throwing it in the chat right now, and I just cannot see it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reload my screen. I'm going to click on this. It's probably going to get echoey in here, so I'm going to turn this down. No, there's no comments. Everyone's like, you know what? This guy sucks. I don't want anything. Oh, hey, Holly Davis. Testing, 1, 2. Okay, well, Holly's here. Hi, I just want to know if you guys do financing for tiny homes. Absolutely, we do financing for tiny homes. So we have several different lenders. I worked very hard to get a lot of lenders on board for our tiny homes. Our houses are supported by a lot of banks. So the easiest way to go about the process is you just info@titanchicago.com and send us an email. Tell us what you're looking for. We can help you through the design process and get you in contact with a lender that can get you financing. So we have a whole process involved for that. And that goes for insurance too. We have the insurance process figured out as well for our tiny homes. It's kind of a hybrid process. So it's kind of all the best of the RV world and then the best of the more stationary homeowner insurance policies. She says, what about land? Well, land's tricky. And land really depends on where you're located. But more specifically, it works like this. That's why I brought a piece of paper, because I'm going to draw some stuff. So it's a reverse funnel. And at the top, I'm just going to put the Fed, but it's really not the Fed, but federal government, okay? And then we have state. Then we have county. Then we have, I'm going to put municipal, but really it's like local or something like that. And then I'll go really small and say HOA or homeowners association. So it kind of looks like a carrot when you're all said and done. And I know that this is backwards. Yeah, that's terrible. Let me flip the camera for a second. You're going to see like a blank wall. Okay. So right here, this is the way it lays out. You got federal government on top. You have state, county, municipality, and HOA, or homeowners association. All right. Sorry, I'm on my cell phone. Trick to anybody who wants to do these YouTube live videos, don't ever do them on your PC. It sucks. It's terrible. They always get laggy and all this stuff. You want to do YouTube live, do it on your cell phone. It seems to stream a lot better. So that's a tip for you. But anyways, getting back to what we were talking about as far as zoning, this is a big, broad subject, but I'm going to answer it the best way that I can and give you some hope out there. So first of all, we started a tiny house committee here in Chicagoland area, and it's called the Pro Committee, and it's comprised of myself and about 10 other individuals ranging from zoning officials to architects to financial people, real estate agents, just a very good collective of attorneys as well. So we have researchers, we have communicators like myself, we have people that are on the ground floor as far as in the zoning boards and things of that nature. And the point of this committee was to start to get the word out there and really take in the concerns of zoning as far as what could we do to change things, where are we at with things. And it was all based on Chicago. And it's an active going committee that's still going on today. So what we figured out was, if a township wants a tiny house or is okay with it, you can pull this off. So although that this little chart I made is a reverse funnel, it really starts at the bottom and works its way backwards. So although the federal government might say, no, nothing under, let's say, 600 square feet. And then the state says, you know what, we're okay with like 450. And then the county's like, you know what, in certain places it can be on wheels. These are very, very aggressive wishes. These actually are not how it is. It's like actually the Fed is actually very wide open about what they want on certain things and then very closed up on others. And then when you get down into the local municipality, their authority supersedes everybody else's. So even though, here's a perfect example. Colorado approves marijuana. The federal government says absolutely not, but the state of Colorado says that's okay. So now you get into very gray, murky waters with that, right? So you got the federally insured money. So these business owners can't put their money in as far as the people who are growing it. And I know I'm getting off topic, but it makes a point. This is a good point. I'm going to stay with it. So although it's legal to sell it in Colorado, You can't put their money in the banks because the federal government won't insure it. But it's legal in Colorado, but it's illegal as far as the federal level. Same thing goes for zoning or anything else. Local law supersedes everything else. So it starts very broad, and then we get very, very specific. So, long story short, that's it in a nutshell as far as how zoning works. So how does that apply to this situation? I'm going to give you some tips right now that have worked really well for myself and for others who are trying to get this done. It comes down to this. You have to have a win-win on both sides, but not just a win-win. Do you ever do a deal or get an agreement with somebody and the deal was so good on your end that you almost feel like you got a better deal, like it was almost like 51%, not 50-50? The whole point I'm trying to make is you have to have that feeling on both sides. So the zoning people or the municipality need to feel like they got a good takeaway, and your takeaway obviously is you get to have tiny house zoning and things of that nature. So that's like that fine line. And so what does that mean? So you have to find out what the pain of the community is. Like, how does a tiny house solve whatever that pain is, whatever that frustrator is? So if it's homeless, if they have a severe homeless problem, maybe tiny houses are a solution for homelessness. Or if they have a severe problem with density and scalability quickly, as far as there's more people than there is housing, then maybe tiny houses are a quick way to scale up some housing effectively, very rapidly. You just have to figure out what that is. So whatever it is, that's what you have to talk about. You have to talk about what matters to them, not what matters to you. What matters to you is that you want to get a tiny house, right? Okay, that's obvious. But you can't walk into the municipality and go, listen, I like tiny houses and you should allow them because I want to live in one. I think that's not going to cut the mustard. So what I would suggest is what I just explained. You have to figure out what that arbitrage is that's going to make it a win-win on both sides and really make it make sense for both sides. So hopefully in-depthly answered your question. It's kind of a full loaded question, but any other questions? Any other questions today? I'm only here for a limited time. Well, I'm here until somebody tells me to go away, actually, to be honest. You're very welcome. Very welcome. I do a lot of these on Facebook, these live chats, and I can tell you right now, the comments seem to be a lot more like real time. I don't know. It doesn't seem like there's that much of a delay. Like I'm watching it on my computer screen right now, and I'm like, hey. Yeah, there's only like a 4 or 5 second delay. All right, so here we go. Next question comes from PC2961 Curry. What about converting parking to RV to allow? So what do you mean by parking? Do you mean like a parking lot, or do you mean like an RV park? Parking lots. It's not a bad idea. The only question I would have is, obviously you're cool with living in a parking lot, but I don't know if anyone else is cool with living in a parking lot, or a lot of people are, interested in living in a parking lot. See, one of the things with the tiny house communities is, you park there for the night and then you go on your way. Is that what you're saying? When you say making dual facilities? Anyways, the point I'm trying to make is aesthetics. Communities don't want, they got to make sure that it's still aesthetically pleasing. So think of it this way. When it comes to the aesthetics of a tiny house community, you have to think from the mindset of the person that absolutely thinks that this is the dumbest thing in the face of the planet. And so you put those shoes on, right? So now I'm that guy or that girl who thinks that tiny houses are absolutely so stupid. What would I have to see to say, you know what, this is not that bad. If you can do that, you got a solid plan. It cannot just be like, in the realm of the people that actually appreciate it. Like, you can't preach to the choir, right? So whenever I approach one of these conversations with a community or any kind of board official, and as we start to make progress and we move slowly towards a solution in several communities around the Chicagoland area, one of the things about it is I have to approach each person like they absolutely think that tiny houses are the dumbest thing in the world. And the reason for that is that's how I know I got a really good idea, because if I can convince that profile of a person, then it's a solid plan. So that's how I always try to approach. And that's why I start with the empathy side, to really understand who it is I'm communicating to so that I don't get the mark wrong. But I like the idea of dual facilities. Walmart does that. You can actually, if you're boondocking around the country, you can park in a Walmart parking lot. So that's kind of cool. Where can I check for info like how wide they can be and weight limits? I understand some things are dictated by DOT. You come to the right place. I'll just answer those questions for you. So for standard DOT regulations, we are regulated by several different organizations, one being DOT, but more specifically NHTSA. And I'm going to have to cheat here for a second, so bear with me. Let's NHTSA. Okay. I'm going to drop a link because I think it's important, and you guys can dive deep into this one. NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Association? Administration. I should have remembered that because it's a .gov. It's never an association. It's always an administration. So NHTSA, National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And what they're going to tell you is that with no wide load permit, no wide load sign, no special driver, no special license, just an average Joe on the road, you're going to want to stay, they're going to require you to stay from outside tire to outside tire, 102 inches wide by however long your vehicle can tow. So length is more based on weight. So you're only going to be able to go as long as you can feasibly hold up to weight, which in most states is 25,000 pounds. And that includes vehicle to unit. So together, so if you have a 10,000 pound truck, you can only tow a 15,000 pound whatever, tiny house, trailer, whatever it is, without having a special license. So DOT requires that 102 width. On top of that, they're going to require side marker lights across the back and across the sides, amber on the sides, red across the back, and then you're going to obviously have your tail lights. Depending on the weight, you're going to want to make sure that you have electronic brakes on the axles. All of our trailers, every axle, we put an electronic brake on because we just want to overkill that safety aspect of the process. Those are in a nutshell the real key components of NHTSA and what they're going to dictate. It's heavily regulated as a manufacturer, so we have to know this stuff. Okay. Next question. I wonder if I don't think there's a way to do it on YouTube Live, but I know on Facebook Live you can share screens with other people and have a back to forth screen conversation. But anyways, so yeah, that kind of covers the DOT stuff. If you need any more information, go to NHTSA, and you'll be able to get that information there. Any other questions on this special edition of just saying thank you to all my subscribers? Hey, Carol, how you doing? Good to see you. Okay, shed roofs versus gable roofs. What would you make someone choose, one or the other? It all depends, right? So I think for this, I need to draw another piece of paper. Bear with me. So on the top, I'm going to put a simple little shed roof. And then I'm going to draw inside. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw the other one inside. I'm not an artist. I just build tiny houses. But I want to show you something. I'm going to shade in some stuff. And then we're going to go through some stuff. I'm going to flip this around again. All right. Isn't that an awesome picture of nothing? All right, so here's something. Okay. I'm going to scoot in on this. All right, so here's what we have. I drew a shed roof, and then I drew a gable roof. So a shed roof is going to give you all this extra headroom. A little less on this side, but a lot of extra headroom. So then when you do this, and you got your loft in there. Again, not an artist, but a good explainer, I guess. So when you're in the loft, you're going to have all this headroom. Now, going down the road, the shed roof can be a pain in the ass if you don't have the right truck. So a gable, see that? Cover that up. A gable roof's going to be a little more aerodynamic. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. Also, some people like the architectural style of a gable roof over a shed roof. So, with that being said, it all depends on what you're going to be using your tiny house for. If you're going to be moving constantly, you might want to think about a little more aerodynamicness to your overall structure. But if you're not worried so much about maneuverability and all that kind of stuff, or you just want to get a big truck and you just say, screw it, I'm going to get the biggest, baddest truck and I'm not going to worry about anything, you can do that too. Then you go with the shed roof and then you get a nice high loft. But if you got a first floor bedroom, you don't need all that room and it's just heating hot air. So in that respect, I would either go with a shallow shed roof. Hey, that rhymed. That's a new word. I'm going to call all of the low units a shallow shed. Anyway, the gable roof too would be a better option because you don't need to heat all that hot air if you got a first floor bedroom. Okay, next question from B. Tyler, who's actually got a unit coming his way from us in I think like 45 days or something. So I just want to say thank you, sir. How do you mount stuff on the walls of a Titan tiny home unit? Would it be the same as a regular house with insulation you guys use that would normally be mounted to studs? Okay, so to answer this question, I'm going to go into some in-depth, but I'm also going to, see, I like this because I can get on the internet and completely, fully facilitate my ADD. So I'm going to now pull up some self-tapping screws that we would use to mount into the studs. So I'm going to get some of this going on. See, and by using my cell phone, it doesn't get laggy when I'm like searching on the internet for crap. All right, so, and not crap, like really good, useful stuff, I mean. All right, so let's find the screws that we would use. Let's see here. They're an in-store item, something you could pick up anywhere, but I just wanted to give you the different options. So depending on what you're gonna hang, this would be a really good solution. It's an 1 5/8 truss head screw, self-tapping. You only have to go through 1/2 inch of drywall. So this would be solution number one. Now, if you can't hit a stud, we like these drywall anchors the best. All right. These work really well. This is another viable solution. Personally, I would much rather use the easy anchors as opposed to Tech screws. But if you had something heavy, like a mirror or you're going to mount some shelving or something like that, then I would use the Tech screws. But if you're hanging pictures and goofy stuff that doesn't weigh a whole lot, then I would use the easy anchors. But the easy anchors will easily handle 75 pounds, according to, you're welcome, sir, according to the box. So it might be in 5/8, though. Be careful. It might need to go down to 50. It might only do 50 pounds and half inch, but the box says 75. Carol says she likes shiplap. I like it too. It's easy. You just paint it, throw it up. It just costs more, but the overall process is easier. Right. Well, I'd say that this is one hell of a successful endeavor on my part. This might be something we want to incorporate each week. If anyone has suggestions for better times to do this, please do not say 8 o'clock at night. It's a special time with my family, so I will not be doing any more live broadcasts at 8 o'clock at night. But anytime during normal business operating hours and procedure, I will be happy to do this. Let's try to plan to do this once a week. So if you found value in this, or you want more time to prepare for questions, I think we're going to do this 30-minute call. And I'm writing it down because I think this is a great idea. 30-minute call with you guys once a week. What's today? Today's Wednesday? Yeah. So maybe every Wednesday. And, 2:30 is okay. I mean, we could do it 2 o'clock Central Standard Time, 1 o'clock. I figure the afternoon on Wednesday, you're already fried out from work. So it's probably a good time. And for those of you that might work nights, you're not working nights yet. You're still like chilling at home. So let me know in the comments, yay or nay, on the 2 o'clock Central Standard Time. But I think that's what we're going to do, is a 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, a little live chat once a week. And it'll just be a Q&A session. And that way it helps me because I don't have to make a video today. I still have to make a video because I have to make a video for tomorrow. So behind. So anyway, hopefully you're enjoying the videos. They take a lot of time, and I work really hard on them. And so I appreciate everyone who watches them. But don't be afraid. In the comments, like, I got thick skin. If you don't like something or you think something sucks, I mean, for those that already comment like that, like, I appreciate all comments. Like, that's what makes this so awesome, is the fact that I get to put stuff out here for you guys to watch, and you guys make us as a company, but me as a person, a better person, better company, better product. So appreciate all input, all suggestions. Carol, thank you for doing that. That's really cool that you show them to people at work. I really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, I don't know what you're waiting for. Please subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Like, comment, share, all that fun jazz that I throw at the end of every video. But again, thank you for tuning in today. We're going to do this every week. Question and answers, 30-minute little session every Wednesday, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time, unless something changes. But the only thing next Wednesday, question and answers, 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. See you later.